isn't nothing like that. It isn't nothing like that good soul music. Now use it and let Jay prove it. Just lose it. With everything you do, just know she got your back, yo. And she'll even make you laugh show after show. She got the vibes that'll make you ride top down. And if you got a couple pounds, she'll be around. Justified madness.
Freedom, 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 freedom.
What's up, what's happening? It's your girl, J1 Yvette, and welcome to this special Juneteenth edition of Justified Madness. That's Pharrell Williams with Freedom, and I thought that was a good song to start off with on this first official Juneteenth federal holiday. Now, I planned this show before the day officially became a holiday, and there has been quite a lot of buzz on the internet talking about it. Some people are excited about it, some not so much. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what I had to say about it, but just in case you missed it, little quick recap. I kind of fall into the category of not so excited. And not that I am not appreciative of the fact that this administration is acknowledging Juneteenth. I think it is important to acknowledge it. But I can't say I'm fully excited about it because, first off, if you notice, Congress had no problem passing this bill to make Juneteenth a holiday. But what about the John Lewis Voting Rights Act? What about the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act? What about making lynching a federal crime? This is the kind of social justice that we truly need, and just having another holiday doesn't quite do it. For me, it's just another occasion for big corporations to make money, as they do with every other holiday. You know, everything has become commercialized. So that's one reason why I'm not super excited about it, you know, being a holiday. But I also, I also noticed that for me, it kind of looks like they're okay with symbolism and doing things that don't really require them to do the work. That's just my opinion. You may have a differing opinion, and that's okay. But that's kind of where I'm coming from. For me, things like the 1619 Project, that's something that's important. And it can't be lost that many members of Congress who readily voted to make Juneteenth a federal holiday are also the ones railing against what they call critical race theory. So we can't celebrate the freedom of black people without acknowledging our true history. We can't celebrate the end of slavery and deny the systemic racism that still exists today. So even though it's good that it's being acknowledged, we still have a lot of work to do. And my daughter Jessie actually has a pretty deep commentary about that on her IG story. And if you want to see it, she's coming from the point of view of my young nation. And I think it's important to hear that from the young people and not just from an old head like me. Her Instagram is Jessie James 2300 if you want to check that out. But I don't want to lose the celebratory tone of the day. We still have made progress, and that should be acknowledged. But we still have a lot of work to do, y'all. So while we celebrate the day, let's not forget what we're still marching for, what we're still fighting for. This next song addresses the difficult but necessary discussion about police brutality. It's written and performed by Deron Jones. You know him from the R&B group 112, but he's also an accomplished Grammy Award-winning songwriter in his own right. This song is called I Bleed, and you're tuned into Justified Madness with your girl J1 Yvette.
Great-grandfather was a slave.
What's up, what's happening? It's your girl, J1 Yvette, taking a pause for the cause to let you know what's new in music and movies this week. New singles this week from Goo Goo Dolls, Nothing Can Change You, Her with We Made It, Jessie J with I Want Love, Kylie Minogue with Marry the Night, Megan Thee Stallion with Thought, Shh, Ricky Martin and Paloma Mami with Que Rico Fuera, and St. John and SZA with Just For Me from Space Jam, A New Legacy. New albums this week include Asia, the reunion albums 2007 through 2012, Black Sabbath with Sabotage, Super Deluxe Edition, Def Leppard, the CD box set, Volume 3, Jessie Ware, What's Your Pleasure, the Platinum Pleasure Edition, Maroon 5 with Jordi, Marshmello with Shockwave, and Migos are back with Culture 3. Now, for the full list of new music, check out officialcharts.com and click on New Releases. Now, opening at the movies and on demand this week, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, rated R. The world's most lethal and odd couple, Bodyguard Michael Bryce and hitman Darius Kincaid are back on another life-threatening mission. Still unlicensed and under scrutiny, Bryce is forced into action by Darius's even more volatile wife, the infamous international con artist Sonia Kincaid. As Bryce is driven over the edge by his two most dangerous protectees, the trio get in over their heads in a global plot and soon find that they are all that stand between Europe and a vengeful, powerful madman. Joining in the fun and deadly mayhem is Morgan Freeman as, well, you'll have to see. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard stars Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, Selma Hayek, and Antonio Banderas. Now, if theaters aren't open yet where you live, or if you're just not ready to head out to the movies yet, now is a good time to try out Paramount Plus. The most captivating stories, experiences are on Paramount Plus. Thousands of episodes, live TV, and exclusive originals all in one place. Try 1 month free and watch on your devices, including your phone, tablet, Amazon Fire Stick. Go to ParamountPlus.com now to start your free trial. Now, enough of me talking. Let's get back into the music, shall we? You're tuned into Justified Madness with your girl, J1 Yvette.
What's up, what's happening? It's your girl, J1 Yvette, and you're tuned into Justified Madness on Blog Talk Radio.
It's Justified Madness with your girl, J1 Yvette. That's some feel-good music for you this Saturday night. It's from Troop with a classic R&B song, Spread My Wings. Thank you for tuning in to this special Juneteenth edition of Justified Madness. Quick programming note, I'll be on the air tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for the Sunday Inspiration edition of Justified Madness. I'm here every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time on blogtalkradio.com/Justified Madness. Also, make sure you're following me on Spreaker. That's Spreaker.com/user/J1 Yvette1. That's SPREAKER.com/user/JWANYVETTE and the number 1. Now, if you didn't catch that, it's all good, because you can also catch up with my Justified Madness podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podchaser, Google Podcasts, and more to come. Yeah, your girl is spreading her wings. Come on, somebody. Look at God. Shout outs to Team J1 Yvette. That's headed up by Tracy, Alex, and Amina. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Team J1 Yvette. And I'm also on Twitter. Follow me there at J1 Yvette1, and also on Instagram at Justified Madness 31. Before I go, I gotta send shout outs to my big papa Ellis, my big sis Debbie Deb, all my twamily, all my young nation, my sister from another Mr. Brenda aka Bunny, and last but never ever least, my daughter Jessie. And you hear her at the top of the hour every Wednesday and Saturday night. Yes, that's my girl repping my young nation. And we have been discussing Juneteenth, but next up is an actual explanation for those who don't quite know the significance of the holiday and why June 19th is an historic day. So coming up next is A little clip for you from Vice News just to break it down and let you know exactly what the Juneteenth holiday is about. And on the other side of the commercial, I'm closing it out with the Grammy-winning single from her. It's called I Can't Breathe. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow night on the Sunday Inspiration edition of Justified Madness with your girl, J1 Yvette.
For many Black Americans, Independence Day is not July 4th. It's June 19th, or Juneteenth, the day the last enslaved people in the U.S. were told they were free. This year's will be feted with a little more urgency, after George Floyd's death reignited Black Americans' fight for equality. President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. But 2.5 long years passed between enslaved Texans being declared free to them being told about it. News traveled pretty slowly in the 19th century, and even slower for slave owners trying to avoid it. During the Civil War, they fled west, taking thousands of enslaved people far from where Union forces could liberate them. But on June 19th, 1865, General Gordon Granger stood on the balcony of a home made with slave labor to read an order that gave an absolute equality of rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves. But absolute equality has been eluding Black Americans ever since. Although Juneteenth celebrations would pop up outside of Texas, a century of fighting to survive lynching, segregation, and Jim Crow laws tempered the anniversary's national momentum. After Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination in 1968, his Poor People's Campaign settled on June 19th for its Solidarity Day rally, which symbolically connected the fight against poverty to enslaved ancestors. Since then, states have slowly come around to officially recognizing the holiday. Texas fittingly was the first in 1980, marking a day that late state representative Al Edwards said triggered a series of events that defines the challenges and responsibilities of successive generations. New Hampshire became the latest state last year. But this is still the country that killed Breonna Taylor, Rayshard Brooks, and George Floyd. A country whose president called Americans protesting the injustice thugs. The distance from true equality may be what kept Black Americans from celebrating Juneteenth. But today, the journey toward closing that gap is exactly what makes it meaningful. This year, it comes as protesters demand that institutions who claim to protect Black Americans don't target them, that the companies who market to Black Americans, including ours, also hire them and pay them fairly, and that the system that's made Black Americans more vulnerable to COVID-19 and the economic crisis is broken. Over 150 years later, Juneteenth is still about how long absolute equality takes to arrive.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Hey, what's up? What's happening? It's your girl, J1 Yvette. Are you in the DMV and planning to move? Well, make your move a breeze with Amigo Movers. Click on amigomovers.com. That's AMIGO movers.com. Or contact Eric Villatoro at 240-281-4965. That's 240-281-4965 for a free quote. So if you're in the DMV and you're planning to move and you want movers that are fast and professional with great rates, you definitely want to contact Amigo Movers. And tell them J1 sent you.
Hey, yo, what's up? This is John O. This is Priest Forever, and we are the Gecko Brothers. And you are listening to Justified Madness.